Hi, I'm Brenda Hutchinson, and I'm invited for the David Tudor residency in November, and thought we better get started as soon as we can. And so I'm just here to sort of talk about some of the ideas that I had for it, and to see who might be interested in doing this. The uh, main idea, we have to do something that's going to be live streamed, and so we have to pre-record it ahead of time. And I really like variety shows. I like vaudeville. I like variety shows. I really like the idea of small pieces sort of put together, and so that's sort of the format that I was thinking. And the main inspiration and impetus for it has been, um, how how do each of us, how are we each sort of dealing with, for me, there's an incredible anxiety level about the COVID, and in all the ways that we are challenged to get through this. And so it's going to be the sort of overarching title will be the COVID coping mechanisms. And that would be, I'd like to use that as a place to start, um, to move from there to how to integrate that into our creative work as musicians, artists, sound artists, improvisers, whatever it is that we do. And so I have a number of ideas for ways to sort of play with this virtual world that we are in, and how to connect in a very direct way, as direct a way as possible, our experiences in a shared moment of time and not space. So the sort of possibilities, the realm of possibilities of things that we can do. And I have a lot of sort of ideas and sort of games and strategies, and we get conversations and work to share with you, not just mine, but other people, of possibilities that might, to give you ideas. And so the range would be, say, from, very traditional performance of your instrument, or whatever, by yourself or with other people. This is all by yourself or with other people, everything. And that's one end of the spectrum. And then to the other end, which is interactive with the people who are the audience who is there that evening. And then everything in between. So it covers, improvisation, performance, scores, practice, all the things that we do. And so I'm going to start, I like to just, this isn't prescriptive. This is just something I saw when I was looking around to see like what kind of things people were doing. And I love this. I find this really elegant. And it reminded me of Alvin Lucier's piece, Chambers. But taken to this moment. And I lost the link. I don't know who this person was. I admire her. If you know whose work this is, whose piece this is, that please let me know. And again, I just saw it a little bit and I thought, oh, I'm going to say this and look at it later. So I'm just doing my version of what I think this person was doing. So you need two matching things that you can fit over your ears. I was really surprised to find these. I was going to go dig around and look for coffee cups or anything. And then I remember, oh, these are little candle holders. So you just pause the video for a minute and go and get something that'll make a nice tight seal around your ears. And if they're uniform, if it's a pair, even better. But if not, I don't know what'll happen. We'll see. So go get something and pause the video and then come back. And as a performance or as something to do, this is a format you can do. You can have, this is a score. I'm going to do it like a performance score, and we're going to do it together. And even though, we will share an experience, but not in the same space. I really like that. I think that's cool. So go get some things for your ears and come back. Okay, so I'll assume you got your little vessels. And so what she did is she just, be in a noisy place. Be in a really, I have a fan running here. I got the street, the windows open. There's a lot of traffic. You want a lot of noise. And noise is good, like noisy noise, white noise, but anything. Just be in a noisy space because you got to have some sound to work with. So you put them on your ears, nice and tight. And right away you notice it's like, wow, it really cut out the high frequencies. And mine, I'm just hearing a little hum now. And then this is all she did. This is all I saw her do. She just opened one up. Try not to move my mouth, sorry. And that's basically it. Now, of course, the ice cream truck went by here and everything. I don't know what you actually heard watching the video, but the idea is that you would be actually doing what I was doing, and you would be hearing basically a similar thing with the filtering of the air and the sound and the stuff. I love this. I love this performance. So this is an idea of a form of something that, you know, you could do. We could do. Let's see, improv. So the idea of something fixed to something interactive and anything that you can think of in between. Those would be the forms of stuff that you could take. I thought of I have a piece that I thought of that I really, we can try it when we get together if you're interested. I'm calling it Zoombox. And Zoombox number 1 is called Bouncing Off the Walls. And it's based on the idea of, you know, all the little boxes that we see when we're in like a group, and the shared walls that we have, some, you know, side by side where the other person's boxes are touching yours. And sometimes you're above people and you share the floor, or sometimes they're above you and you share the top. And so it's a way to actually synchronize stuff. You know how when you're trying to do a synchronous performance that has anything to do with rhythm these days, it's impossible because of the lag. Well, this is like an optical illusion of ways to sort of tap on the wall and, you know, clap with the person next to you. So if you're interested, in, we can try that out. It's kind of a fun thing, and come up with a little performance routine. Let's see. Oh, daily practice. So that's another option or a thing. If maybe you already have one, or maybe you might think of one that you want to do and to share with other people. You can either document it and share it in some way, or just introduce it and, you know, for the moment that we're in for our performance, run us through what we might be doing each day or something. So, and I have a daily practice that I've been doing with the sunrise and sunset since 2008. I observe every sunrise and sunset and ring a bell and try to get other people to do it with me. The underlying idea of that is that, you know, the sunrise and sunset are two things that, it's not fake news. It happens whether you see it or not. It gets light, it gets dark. It's for every single person in the world. And so it's a way to connect with that experience and to acknowledge it for a moment every day, twice a day. And the bell is like just a way to signal that, you know, other people are with you, that you can actually hear a bell. It's, you know, in a certain proximity, a big bell much further away. And so this year, when we were told to shelter in place in mid-March, I thought, well, this could go on for a long time, and I know exactly where I'm going to be every night at sunset. I'm going to be right here. And that's never happened before in my life. I mean, you know, you might be out to eat, you might be working, whatever, but to actually know that you're going to be home, I thought, wow, this is a great opportunity. Something that I've wanted to do is, you know, to be able to be somewhere and consistently every day to have this happening, to something that people would hear and pick up on, and it would become part of the soundscape. And so I had a big bell. I used to have it in my car until I totaled my car. And so it's been in the garage. It's like a 100-pound cast iron bell. It's really loud. It's not a pleasant sound. It's just loud. So I wheel it down to the sidewalk every night. And, you know, I look and it's like 2 minutes before to a minute afterwards, about every 15 or 20 seconds. So it's like not totally obnoxious. And so I've been doing that. We're up to about 190 days in a row now. And some people come. Some people come regularly. Um, I've had people ride by and say, "Wow, you know, I wondered where this sound was coming from, and I wondered what it was for because it wasn't at the same time every day. It's tracking the sun and later and earlier. So, unfortunately, I'm in New York right now. This was in California, and I had to leave because I have like a family emergency, and I drove across because I didn't want to get on an airplane. And so I'm here, but my husband is keeping it up, and he's enjoying it. And so it's still there. It's happening every night. We just passed the equinox, and you know, I'm just going to keep it up as long as we possibly can. Um, you know, the bell takes on a really different kind of significance now. It's yeah. So anyway, I know this has gone on for a long time, but this will be part of an email, and I'd like to start now. So to work through October, meet with you. We can meet as a whole group, in small groups, individually, and you know, talk about things, share ideas or different things that you've come up with, that you've seen or that you're really interested in, and to start in the place where how are you coping with this? You know, where I find that when I'm too crazy with anxiety, I can't think. I have to find a way to tamp it down first and get it to a manageable place before I can think of other things. So let's start with that, and then move as individuals and as a group to present an evening. Uh, November 25th would be the evening. We would work through October, and then starting in like the first 2 weeks of November to start to document our pieces, our work, so that I have time to pull it all together into a 1 hour-ish live stream. Okay, so yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, and yeah, thanks.